This is a video of tips and mistakes to avoid on algebraic fractions in C3. So first tip is that you must factorise everything first. So really important. If you've been given something like this, do not just straight away multiply and get a common denominator. You've got to factorise this first. Really important. If you factorise this first, you get x plus 3, x minus 3. There you can see, now by writing it in this way, you can see we've got an x plus 3 that is common already. So we don't need to multiply by x plus 3 again over here. Really important, make sure you factorise everything you possibly can first before you get into kinds of common denominators or anything like that. Second tip, if you are adding or subtracting a constant number, so here I've got x plus 1 over x plus 2 minus 1, write that 1 as x plus 2 over x plus 2 to get your common denominator. Then just remember, put brackets around the x plus 2 on the top because you are subtracting the whole thing, the x, and you're subtracting the 2. Final tip, if we are asked to turn x squared plus 1 divided by x minus 1 into a mixed number, now they might write that as, they might ask you to write this as ax plus b plus c over x minus 1. They could write it like that and ask you to find out what a, b and c are. Then you're going to need to use algebraic division. Okay? So that's what it means when it asks you to write it as a mixed number using algebraic division. Some things to avoid. So first of all, it's related to the question, the first tip from the previous page. If I had something like that, you must factorise first. The most common mistake I see with algebraic fractions is where students just blindly multiply. Just multiply these two things on the bottom without thinking about it. Got to factorise first. The second most common mistake I see with C3 exams on this topic is something like this, where the student has cross-multiplied, but when they've written the x minus 2 up here, so they've times by the x minus 2, they have forgotten to include any brackets, which means that they then subtract that 2. And they shouldn't be subtracting it, they should be adding it, because it should be minus, minus. I should be taking away this whole thing, so make sure you include brackets. Be really careful with those negatives.